Hi, this is Carlos Cousins, and the following SAT writing question is asking us what to do about the last sentence of this first body paragraph here. So let's go ahead and read it. For decades, parents heeded Watson's advice and refrained from most physical contact with their children. And this was only one of many pieces of false advice that parents unwittingly believed at the beginning of the century, much like some people today believe that it is safe to hide under a tree in a thunderstorm. So it looks like we've got this whole new sentence idea here going after this original sentence. So without the word and here, both of these clauses would work as independent clauses. So independent sentences, but nothing wrong so far. All right, answer choice B says, so I'm going to give it a semi-check so far. Answer choice B says delete the underlined portion of sentence 5 to have the paragraph end with the word children. Well, what do we lose if we do that? We're no longer talking about other pieces of false evidence that parents unwittingly believed. Now, that's going to be kind of tough. Does the rest of the passage mention other pieces of false advice that parents followed? Well, it looks like we follow this next paragraph with Watson's theories. And in fact, we keep on talking about touch and Watson's theories. As it continues to develop, new research into the importance of touch continues to change the ways we understand human development. And we keep on talking about touch, which is what the thesis up top on the top of the passage is talking about. So it doesn't look like we're talking about false advice in general, with just what false advice about touch was. So it looks like we're basically just talking about Watson. So we lose something that isn't actually necessary, that sort of distracts us from the main point, which is touch. So maybe answer choice A is not the best answer choice after all. Answer choice B looks good. Let's go ahead and see answer choice C. With their children, and like hiding under a tree under a thunderstorm, this was one of many pieces of false advice that parents believed. This is almost the exact same thing as answer choice A, except significantly better worded. If answer choice B hadn't been an answer, I probably would have crossed out A and preferred answer choice C here, in that it's a lot more concise, and it doesn't have this random thing about the beginning of the century or whatnot, but answer choice B just looked better so far, so we're going to get rid of that one. Just D says, which was false advice that parents believed. Okay, good. Much as many of them today believe that it is safe to hide under a tree during a thunderstorm. This looks really good. Now, which would be better between answer choice B and answer choice D? There's nothing wrong about this, but answer choice B is a little bit more concise. The only thing that answer choice D tells you is that it was wrong to believe Watson. Now, we do find that out really quickly in the first sentence of the next paragraph, that eventually these theories fell out of favor and indeed became contradicted by empirical research, so by science. So we're not saying anything necessary. It looks like answer choice B will be the best because it's the most concise answer. They're not giving us anything that is not mentioned later on in the passage. But this was a really tough choice between B and D. I hope that helped with this problem, and happy prepping.